Shona here again. So here is my first official video. Seeing as Olivia's just turned 4 months a week ago, Sunday it was, I thought the first video we could do is her 4-month update. So here is Olivia Margaret Young, officially 18 plus 2 weeks today. I honestly cannot believe she is 4 months. It's been absolutely crazy. And funnily enough, today that I'm filming this, it was a year ago exactly that we found out I was pregnant with her, so it's quite a significant day, I think. But here's a little, obviously I haven't done much prior to this, but here's just a wee little introduction. She was born 3rd of May 2017, and it's quite a talker. She was born at 36 minutes past 2 in the afternoon. I was induced and it was reasonably quick labour. Not a particularly nice pregnancy, not very comfortable for me, but it was all worth it in the end. I honestly have been wanting to be a mum for so long. And it just took a while. It took a while to meet her dad, and obviously wanted to get married first. We were married in 2016 last year, and pretty much both of us wanted to have kids straight away, so we were very, very, very lucky that we fell pregnant within my second cycle of coming off the pill. I came off January last year and kind of prepped for it, knowing that it might take a while for it to come, my periods to come back. So it came back, second time. I'll go a bit more in detail about sort of conceiving, and I'll do a video on it, but we thought we wasn't, and then all of a sudden here she is. We were very, very lucky. So she was born on May the 3rd, and she was 8 pounds 13 ounces and 52 centimetres long, so she was a big baby, but I was expecting that. I was 9 pounds 2 and one of the longest babies at the time, so I knew that she was going to be big, but I thought it was going to be more in length than weight, and that was pretty much exactly it. I'm really tall. I'm 8'5½", and my husband's 8'9", and my dad, I get quite tall genes from my dad, so it was pretty obvious that she was going to be a tall little girl. We did actually know what we were having. I didn't want to find out originally, but I caved more than halfway through, and we found out that we were having a little girl, which is what I thought I was having anyway, and I was so chuffed. Either would have been totally fine, but I did like the idea of a little girl to dress up in pinks, and I'm such a traditionalist. I only like her in baby pinks or whites or creams. I haven't tried any dark colours with her or jeans. I just want to keep her as a little baby cute forever. She's just the cutest. I just love her so much. She's a nice smiley baby. She loves attention. She hates lying on her back. Absolutely hates it. Well, she did to start with. Now she just wants to, she can roll over both ways. And we can't keep her on her back, so as soon as she's on her back she's rolling over on her front, and she gets so frustrated. I mean, she's been doing this since about 3.5 months, and she just gets so frustrated. She just wants to move, and I can see even in a couple of weeks she's progressed from where she was a few weeks ago, that I'm pretty sure she's going to be maybe not crawling properly, but shuffling and army sort of moving about. I think it'll come quite quickly. She's already kind of sitting up for a few seconds, so you know the back muscles are obviously getting stronger every day. So yeah, she can sit up a couple of seconds before she falls over if I can kind of position her in the right way. She's teething, lots of drool. There's no teeth, and they don't seem to be bothering her too much. She just is teething a huge amount with the drool and biting her fingers. So in terms of feeding, I exclusively breastfed till last week, so basically till she was 4 months. I always planned to breastfeed, and I had it in my mind to do 6 months, and I moved the goalposts to 5 months because I thought it would be nice to get her settled onto bottles before we introduced solids. And then going on to sleeping, we've had some issues with sleeping and feeding lots and feeling like she just wasn't getting enough from me. I think the last week or so, last couple of weeks, it was averaging about 14 feeds a day, including 4 at night. And, you know, as much as I absolutely loved feeding, and I feel slightly disappointed, as much as I was ready to, you know, to move on, slightly disappointed that we didn't get to the full 5 months. I just felt it was maybe time to move on. That she needed more, and I would be happier, and she would be happier, and we weren't having to feed all the time. Again, I'll do a video on breastfeeding once we're completely weaned. So she started on formula last week, and she's took till it no bother. We've had quite a few nappies, but I don't think it's anything sinister, just maybe our body readjusting to the formula. She is doing absolutely brilliant on it. She has been sleeping a bit more, and she does seem like she's a lot fuller, but we're just sort of doing a slow, gradual process to get her onto bottles of formula fully. It'll probably be a full month. I've worked out about a full month to take her to get her on there, but she's doing absolutely great on that, so that's good, because it has been tiring, and as much as I've loved it, it is a really tough ask, especially when you have to do it all yourself and your husband can't help, and at the start it's so tiring. So getting on to sleeping, that's been a bit of a nightmare from start to finish. Apart from about 2 weeks when she was 3 months, we managed to get her to sleep fully through the night, and I thought this was great. But it slowly diminished, and we've been getting worse and worse and worse, to the point, as I say, she's feeding about 4 times a night. So that's one of the reasons why we made this decision to move her onto formula, because I just have been so tired having to get up all the time, and sometimes it wasn't even, although it was 4 times, maybe she was, you know, moving about and waking me up. She is in the cot now in our room, but it's just sometimes been a bit faffy, and I just feel like I'm really struggling with a lack of sleep, to the point that it's almost worse than when she was newborn, because you kind of expect it. But I think it's now because I'm feeling fine and I want to get on and do more things, but I just don't have the energy to do it, and I just felt like that's why we wanted to move her on to formula. So sleeping wise, she sleeps in a cot, in a sleepy head. Now, to start with, we didn't like anything but mum to sleep on, so we had a bit of co-sleeping, and I know that's a bit of a dodgy subject, but we both needed the sleep. But we got her into her Moses basket, which was great. She sleeps on her side, which is where she's been most comfortable from the start, and that's how we've gotten her to sleep. And we introduced a dummy after a couple of weeks, and white noise. White noise has been the best thing ever. I'd never heard of it, but honestly, I couldn't have faulted it. Between the iPhones and iPad, we've got apps on every one. We've got a bear, you know, it's just honestly helped us so much. Even the pram, she was never a fan of the pram to start with, and now and that was what we got her to settle in. We used to put the iPhone at the back of the pram with the app going, and that was her happy. She would fall asleep, and it was great. So yeah, so sleeping's a bit of a touchy subject, but as I say, for 2 weeks and about 3 months, she did sleep right through, and we thought it was great. But it was here's what you could have had, but you're not going to get it. Last night, the first night we gave her formula, she slept 6 hours, and then we had an absolute nightmare the next night, and it's kind of been slowly progressing a bit better. Last night, we tried a wee sip of boiled water, was that the first time? Yeah, the first time she got up after 3 hours, I tried her with a wee suppy of boiled water, which she took an ounce of, and then proceeded to sleep another 4 hours. So I think she's used to getting up and me just feeding her. So hopefully that'll maybe kind of subside a bit and change. So we'll just see how it goes. I'll keep you progressed. We'll maybe do a couple of videos on sleeping and feeding, and you know, as I say, any ideas, if you'd like to know anything, let me know. Development wise, as I say, she can roll. She's very mobile. She's very active. She likes to be up, seeing things. She doesn't want to be missing out. She's a happy wee baby. She's giggling and smiling, especially if she's getting attention. She loves stories and nursery rhymes. She absolutely loves nursery rhymes, especially when you do the actions and singing to her. We've got a jumperoo which she quite likes. She's, again, jumping about, watching toys. She is starting to speak. She was quite quiet to start with. This is finding her voice slowly. Yeah. She's in 3 to 6 months clothes. Apart from the odd, there's a couple of things she's still in 0 to 3, but mostly it's 3 to 6. We need it for the length. Most of the clothes I found to start with, because she's so long, we need the bigger size for the length, but maybe they're a bit baggy because she's quite petite. She was weighed a couple of weeks ago and she was 12 pound 12 ounces, and they didn't take her lengths, but she's fallen the 25th centile for her weight, and I think she's roughly fallen the 75th centile for length. So very, very tall girl, just like her mum and dad. As you can see, she's just a little cutie. We just love her to bits. She's been scratching her face because I can't keep up with the nails, growing them. But I think that's everything at the moment. If there's anything you can think of you want to know about her, we're not looking into food until she's fully on formula. But probably about 5.5 months we'll maybe start. We've done a couple of testers, but she's really not interested in food at all. She looks at it, but she's not grabbing it. She's not really a grabber in general. She doesn't grab toys or anything. But, you know, she just likes being up and getting attention, dear. She's just beautiful. Her eyes, I think, vary from green. I think they started off blue, but I think they're turning green. A greeny, dark greeny grey, and I think that's what they're going to go. Her hair is really dark, and there's only a wee bit falling out at the back. But it's I think it is starting to grow in a bit, especially at the front. She's got a lovely, if you can see, see, she's too busy looking at the camera. She's got a lovely cowslick, I suppose you could say, cowslick, which she's going to absolutely love when she's older. She's had that since she was born. Her hair has lightened, but it's still really, really dark. I don't know what it's going to be. Me and Craig were really blonde when we were younger, and I am naturally blonde, blondish, blondie, brownie. So I don't know what we're expecting to get her. Don't know what she's going to turn out like, but I can't wait for her hair to grow out and loads of things with. I had short hair when I was younger, so I'm looking forward to having the little girl with long hair. We're not going to cut it. So again, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give that a thumbs up if you liked it. Click subscribe, and there'll be more videos coming your way soon. We'll see you soon, and say bye-bye. Bye. See you later.